Hello guys, yeah, welcome to yet another video, and this is my preview for the Miami Grand Prix weekend. Yeah, as I mentioned in my video earlier, if you've not watched it, kindly check it out. I'll put the description in the comment section for you to go check that out. It's a sprint weekend, and honestly, there's just so much to go on this weekend because we're also waiting to hear from Red Bull Racing. What's the news gonna be like? Is Adrian Newey actually leaving, or is he not? What's the future going to hold for Max Verstappen? And Mercedes gonna offer him $150 million a year? We don't know. So yeah, there's just so much to go on this weekend. And for me, as I said, I feel like none of them are leaving. Both of them are gonna stay with Red Bull, with Red Bull Racing until the end of the current regulations. At least for now, I don't see anything changing until we get an announcement. So anyway, let's get into my predictions for this week. And as we go, we start from the flop of the week. And for me, well, hold on. Before we go into that, it's a sprint weekend. That means there's only one session that's not competitive. So you don't want to miss that, to be honest. I think after FP1, then we go into the qualifying for the sprint session. Then we go on Saturday, then there's a qualifying. There's a sprint race on Saturday. Then the next session will be the qualifying for the race, and then on Sunday we have the main race. So we just have one practice session, and we have 4 competitive sessions. I mean, it's back-to-back sprint races. I wish it was different and a little bit expanded, because we only have 5 sprint races this year, and this is the 6th race of the year. We already have 2 down. I feel like there could be a little bit spacing, just spread it a bit more, there's time. There's time. We have 24 races, and we are done with 2 sprint races at the end of week 6 of the race calendar. Come on, guys. And we have only 3 sprint races left for the rest of the 18 races. That's not fair. And they're great tracks. There's Spa, there's Monza. There's just so much, So anyway, that aside, so let's go into my predictions for this weekend. So because it's a sprint weekend, I'm just gonna go ahead and give my predictions for who I think will be on the podium for the sprint weekend. I'm not gonna give my predictions for the qualifying for the sprint. So for the weekend, who would be P3 for the sprint race? I'm going with Carlos Sainz for this one. Just because Carlos Sainz has been driving amazing really this year. So far, he has done really, really well. I think he has been on the podium 3 times. One time, I think the only time he was not on the podium was in the last race in China for some reason. I don't know why. Maybe because, so many things could have gone wrong, but it's I think Charles Leclerc just had his number that weekend, really. Charles drove an outstanding race, to be honest. I think he did a one. Did he do a one stopper? No, the one stopper was in Japan. But then, yeah, Charles did drive well last week. I think he finished fourth, P4. Yeah, he finished P4, and I think Sainz finished maybe P5 or P6. I just can't remember, but it's. That aside, anyway, I am putting P3 Carlos Sainz, and P2 I'm going with Checo Perez. I'm going with Checo to be second because Checo has a huge support in the US, and because the race is in Miami, there are a lot of Latinos in Miami. I remember last year, Max Verstappen was booed in Miami. Anything Max just said, you just hear boo. Max overtook Checo for the lead in the race. Boo! Max was on the podium when they were singing the Dutch national anthem. Boo! So he has a lot of support here in Miami. So I think all that support and the way he's been driving this year, I think Checo has been doing well. So I'll give Checo a P2 for the sprint race because also the Red Bull car looks very good around this track, to be honest. I don't see how they will not win because I think the last 2 all the races we've had in Miami so far have been won by Red Bull. Both have been won by Max Verstappen. And this is the 3rd year F1 goes to Miami, and I don't see another reason why Max Verstappen will not win. So Max Verstappen to win the sprint race, except if something happens. But we like jeopardy. It's Formula One. What is Formula One without jeopardy, right? So yeah. So for the sprint race, Carlos Sainz in P3, Checo in P2, and Max Verstappen P1. And now let's go for qualifying. In qualifying for pole position, I'm gonna go with Max Verstappen to get his sixth straight pole in a row. Is this sixth or seventh? Because he had pole in Abu Dhabi last year. Yeah, he had pole in Abu Dhabi last year for the final race of the season. So I am going. Yeah, he's gonna have his seventh straight pole in a row. Max is doing something because I know last year he didn't get the record for the most amount of pole positions in a season, and I think this year he might get that record. Maybe I think it's one of the records he's really going for. I don't know, but we'll see. But yeah, for my prediction is that Max will be on pole. So that's pole position for the race that will be on Sunday. But for the podium for the race, and I am going. In this case, I'm going P3 Lando Norris. Reason I'm going with Lando is because in the last race in China, Lando actually outperformed his car. I don't. Nobody understands how that McLaren ended up in second position in P2. And throughout the race, after the safety car, especially the way he marched and was even faster than Checo Perez driving a Red Bull and maintained that gap between them, it was just amazing. After that safety car, I thought like, oh, Checo has overtaken Charles Leclerc. Okay, he's in P3. He should get Lando Norris soon. But nah, the gap just kept on increasing and increasing and increasing. And even at certain points, Lando was like almost half a tenth faster than Checo Perez. So, and also the McLaren are bringing up their upgrades this weekend. I think, yeah, I heard that during the race. They are bringing upgrades to their car. Their first major upgrade to the McLaren is coming this weekend. So I really expect great things from McLaren, really. I don't see anything else that they can offer outside of anything that goes beyond P3. I think is a failure for McLaren, really, to be honest, because they've hyped us up right now. Better deliver, you know. So in P2, I'm gonna go with, as I said, Sergio Perez. Sergio Perez, because that Red Bull car is very good around here. I don't know what it's with Miami and all of that. So let's see. And also, in first position, I don't have to say much. You know who it is. It's Max Verstappen. I think at this point it's getting boring. I know we all want like some kind of jeopardy. We want fun. We want a battle for the lead. But the moment we're living in right now, we're living in the Max Verstappen era. There's nothing we can do about it. Like we can complain and moan as much as you want, and that's common. If for a fan, I think if you are a new fan to Formula One, I see why you'd be frustrated. But to be honest, we're just witnessing greatness. It's like when we grew up, like as a football fan, watching Ronaldo and Messi. Like, but this is just like Ronaldo and Messi in one person. He is dominating the sport. It's his time. It's his era. I think we should just try and enjoy the battle for P2 behind him. That's all. Because I just don't see how you want to enjoy it. But for me, I felt like the last weekend was an enjoyable race because like behind Max Verstappen there was a lot of overtaking, and even with Max was just on a blinder last race. I think during the race he was before the pit stops, first round of pit stops. Max Verstappen was lapping the entire field, not lapping the entire field, but he was driving 6/10 per lap faster than any other driver. Do you know how crazy that is? By the time he had a pit stop window, I think he was like what six by lap. I think it was by like lap 19 when he pitted for to change tires. He had already created, I think, almost like a 17-second gap between him and the next person. That's absolutely insane. But well, it is what it is. we're just in the time of Max Verstappen. We experienced, no, I didn't experience Michael Schumacher. I read about it and I watched videos about it, but I didn't experience it. But we experienced Sebastian Vettel, we experienced Lewis Hamilton, and now we're experiencing Max Verstappen. So let's try and enjoy it as much as we can because we don't know how long this is going to last for. And for my surprise driver of the week, normally I pick one person, but this week I am going to go with a team, and that is Alpine. So this is something I didn't mention in my last video, but I think there was a news coming out that Alpine have tried to reduce the weight of their car by 4 kilograms. 4 kilograms. I think that's significant, and I am hoping to see improvement in their performance this weekend. What is an improvement for a team like Alpine? I think an improvement for a team like Alpine is for like both drivers to finish to go through the second round of qualifying, like be in Q2. I think if both drivers can get into Q2, that would be very good for Alpine. But if they can even get into Q3, they would have outperformed whatever they've done so far this season. And I remember in China, I think Esteban Ocon finished P11. So the car is getting better for sure. So yeah, let's fingers crossed, let's see what they can do this weekend. So my surprise team of the week is Alpine. My flop of the week. Ferrari fans, close your eyes. I'm going with Charles Leclerc. Yeah, I'm going with Charles Leclerc. Charles Leclerc to be the flop of the week. That is who I am going with this week. I mean, I know Ferraris even feel like they're coming out with this blue livery because of the new deal they signed with HP. Yes, so they have this brand new livery, and I think it's a title sponsorship. It's not like anything special, like oh, it's gonna help the car improve. No, no, no. It's just money. I think they're getting up to like $60 million a year, which is really good. Really, I think it covers more than half of the cost cap expenses. Really, so for Ferrari is just bonus money. They don't need to spend their money anymore, you know. And it's a title sponsorship, as I mentioned earlier. So now the team is Scuderia Ferrari HP. Usually just we used to be Scuderia Ferrari. So now it's Scuderia Ferrari HP. Why is this thing like acting like a like a tongue twister? Anyway, yeah. So yeah, guys, that is my predictions for the weekend. I'll give you a recap for the sprint race. I said on the podium will be Max, Checo, and Carlos Sainz. Max to put his car on pole for the 6th straight time this year, and then for the main race, Max win, Checo Perez in second, and Lando Norris in third. Expect big things from McLaren, but they can do better things. Honestly, I would like to see a battle for the lead. Maybe Lando can give us something maybe to fight Max. Maybe an exciting race for the lead with Max. But I have never seen Lando. No, Lando and Max have battled in Brazil last year. That was an amazing race. Oh, yeah, that time. Yeah, so surprise team of the week. Mine, I went with Alpine. Hopefully they can deliver on that. And flop of the week, I'm going with Charles Leclerc. Nothing against Charles. It's just this is just how I feel. I'm going with the vibes, you know. So yeah, that is my prediction for this weekend. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Kindly like, subscribe, and yeah, engage. Let me know what you think. I'll see you for the qualifying session of the sprint race. I'll be live. See you soon. Take care. Bye bye.